Oh, right. Did I actually... I didn't set the game back up. Oops. How do I do that again? Alright, here, then there. There we go. Game's on. Now why the hell am I not visible? Hi. Hi. That works. Also, hey, Lunar. My controller's dead. Oh, man, I'm all sorts of prepared right now. It's gonna work. Cool. It works. Stream looks fine. Which save file was I using? This one. Anyway, how are you doing? Did I do this already? I don't know. It also isn't supposed to be like 100% playthrough, so I don't really care. Let me just get to going. Hope I sound clear. You don't electrocute, do you? No. Cool. This level, from what I remember, has a gimmick I don't like, and I mentioned it in the last time I streamed this. You guys electrocute. That's what it is. That's not the gimmick I don't like. The gimmick I don't like is wind physics. Can I? Okay. How the fuck am I meant to do that? I actually don't remember. Whatever. So the gimmick in this level is, the wind physics that I'm going to be dealing with. I don't like wind physics in games. I think it gets annoying having to platform and then also have to take into account the fact that the game's constantly fucking with your momentum. Like this. I learned something over the past few days. Son of a bitch. Thing that I learned is that I am very picky when it comes to specific kinds of games. If certain things aren't true in that genre of game, I don't really think that I can get into it. For example, fuck off. I talked to you about this, but when I play platformers, specific kinds of things will bother me. Specifically in Metroidvanias, the lack of a double jump in a Metroidvania is gonna bother me. Like, I don't mind a game doing something new, because why not? Might as well try and do something that, you know, is unique. If that unique thing doesn't impede on, I think, just the fundamentals of the game. Anyway. And certain things, I think, really do intrude on fundamentals. Lack of a double jump means you gotta have different kinds of ways of getting around, right? And so that can range from being cool kinds of different ways of getting around to just being annoying. For example, there's a game that I've played called Iconoclasts. It's actually a pretty charming Metroidvania. However, there's one fatal flaw with the game, and it's that I think that the different things about it kind of detract from the experience. I'ma just not give a fuck. Because... okay. Game doesn't have a double jump, but you do have, like, a stun gun that you can use to get extra height. Which is neat, because it kind of acts like a double jump, carries your momentum, all that. That's cool. Love that. But it has a recharge. So if I'm just trying to move faster in the game to, like, just keep using that double jump thing, it's not as, like, simple and immediately gratifying as just using a double jump. You have to charge it and all these other things. And how the hell am I supposed to... Whatever. It's just not as satisfying. It's just a regular old double jump. Cool. Easy. Just keep moving. There we go. Or like inconsistencies in games with story options. Or not story options, but like dialogue choices. Because I've played several visual novels, and I love a good visual novel. What I don't like is when visual novels will give you choices that are not what they seem to be. So like you pick a choice that just says like, you do you, or something, for example, and the game will be like, you do you. I mean, I hate that kind of thing. I think it makes you look really stupid. I think I'm screwed. Yeah. I just don't like that. I think that it's, like, meant to be a shock value thing or something. You fuck off. But having the game make you think you're picking a good option, but instead it's a bad option, or at least a neutral option, because you don't want to pick the good option for whatever reason, and it ends up just being, like, the worst option because the character says way more than the dialogue choice that you picked says. It's like, that sucks. I think that's really lame. And say, I don't like that kind of thing. And that's the kind of thing that'll make me stop playing game immediately. Because, honestly, I probably should have more patience as someone that has, like, a massive roster of games to play, but I really don't. For me, if, like, a game has certain things I just don't like in it, I'm probably just not gonna play it. Because I don't really see much of a reason to try and keep playing something that I already know that I'm not liking. The thing is, I'll definitely try things again a second time if, like, someone gives me a new kind of thought process to have when experiencing that product. Like, say I don't like a game franchise like Persona, which I don't like. And, like, a friend of mine tells me, no, you should really play this game. Not Persona specifically, because Persona and I have a history of people never shutting up about it. And I mean, like, for over a decade. Which got, like, really annoying, so I just don't play those games for that reason. Which might seem like a very small reason to not play an entire series of games, but it gets exhausting hearing people repeatedly talk about the same thing over and over again sometimes, which is ironic because I never shut up about Touhou, but, like, hey. I can't help how I feel about things. And it's just, it gets exhausting hearing people talk about Persona a lot. And again, glass houses. I talk about Touhou all the time. But I'm also not expecting any of my friends to get into Touhou really at all. If they do, that's cool. But, like, you don't have to. Y'all, they're your own people with your own interests. But back to the actual point that I was trying to make. Totally forgot about. Okay. This is why I don't like wind physics in games. Back to the point I was trying to make, which is, I'm willing to give something another shot if people that I know and respect say that I should. Unless it's something like I absolutely hate, but, I mean, that's its own can of worms. And so, like, yeah, I'll do that. That's fine. But if I just don't like something, I don't like it. And I also can't help that, like, if it's a product that I already didn't like, I go into it with, like, a bit of a bias. Back at the phase locket. freezes you for a bit is actually kind of screwing me over with what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to use it to avoid dealing with the spikes. Because, one-hit kill spikes are not a gimmick that I love. I'm used to them, though. And, honestly, even if it's a mechanic I don't like, I expect them. Because I'm a Mega Man fan, and Mega Man games almost always have insta-kill spikes. And games that take inspiration from them are most likely going to follow suit. I'm not getting the rest of that back. Just going to take it very safe. Please tell me there's no wind here. Alright. Well, there wasn't wind. Phase Lock is such a broken item. Okay, I thought I was gonna die again. Another example of, like, certain things I'm picky about in a game, though, is, speed. Shovel Knight, you move at a pretty decent speed in this game, and I feel like there's always stuff happening in this game, so even if you did move a little slower, I probably wouldn't mind it the most. I didn't grab the thing. Where was it? Pretty sure it's gonna be so much harder if I didn't have Phase Lock it, but well, I do, so you know. Speed of games. I brought up Iconoclast earlier. Again, Metroidvania moves at a pretty decent pace. Hey Kai. But comparing that game to another Metroidvania that I've played, which is the thing that started this entire thought process anyway, because I've been comparing the two games in my head. Iconoclast versus, I think Gestalt was the name of the other one, where, I mean, the character designs are nice in that game, but, I don't like the game because it is extremely slow. And I mean, like, painfully so. Your movement speed in that game is about half the speed of Iconoclast, so going from that to that, it was like night and day. But then, while I was playing through, Gestalt, I was, like, actually just bored out of my fucking mind the entire time, because I'm just slow. Anyway, Kai, how are you? If you're still watching. I know you like to just lurk sometimes, so might have been a bit too slow in asking that. I could have beaten this entire game in one stream. Because that is the last 2 levels. I might as well try and go and get the... Well, actually, I'm pretty sure I can just go buy it from the guy over here. I think he sells the items at a higher price whenever you don't get them inside the thing. I might be wrong. Might be only specific items that he sells at a higher price, and the other ones you can't actually buy. Oh, oops. Okay, cool. That's that. Okay, cool. That's the only other item that I need. Keep trying to do the thing. Oh, wait. I guess I could go do the mansion thing, wherever the hell that is. Knuckles Quarry. I don't even remember what the Hall of Champions is, I just know that it's a thing. If I do remember correctly, though, this area can be pretty bad with flashing lights. Let's see. Right, so I gotta use these things to actually kill the ghosts. Yeah. Okay. As for whatever else I do here, I don't know. I think I might have to, like, try and kill all the ghosts or something. Oh, let's see. Yeah, there's the flashing lights thing I was talking about. I need to check something. Okay. Cool. Why this? Nope, okay. There's another one on the other side, so I'm not even gonna try and bring that one over. No need to at that point. I guess another thing that kind of goes into the whole me being particular about certain kinds of gimmicks in games is, I like the Mario and Luigi series. And, because, like, I grew up playing Bowser's Inside Story. I was very bad at it, but I did grow up playing it. And I still like the game. Okay, cool, that's not just lost money. And the reason why I bring that up is because the newest game in that series came out, Brothership, and there was some stuff that kind of just changed that it made me kind of not immediately write it off, but it threw me off a bit to where, like, I stopped playing the game. And that... Okay. Cool. It threw me off because I was so used to playing the other games. Not that I've played all of the others, but I've played most of them. There's like 5 games. There's Superstar Saga, Partners in Time, Bowser's Inside Story, which is my favorite one, Dream Team, and Paper Jam, neither of which I've played. But I've also heard that's where the series starts to go downhill, so I'm sure I'm not missing too much. By the way, point is, I played the hell out of the first 3 games. And when I saw they, like, changed even the way that stats worked in the game, instead of having, like, a POW stat for power, there was, like, a jump stat and, like, a hammer stat or something like that. I was like, why are things different? And that made me just kind of not want to play it. I probably will go back to it because I've heard the game is actually pretty good. But yeah, I kind of just have a problem with things being different sometimes. Got a pretty good... Damn, had a good rhythm going. I don't know why they give you 2 of these. Doesn't hit any harder when I do that, to my knowledge. Oh no, there's 3 of them. How nice. Oh, I got the right one. That's funny. I wasn't even trying to. I just kind of got the right one. Oh, he's almost dead. Easy. Yeah, I did it. And there's only 2 levels left, and so... Guess we'll just get to it. Now, I didn't really think of anything else to do for this stream. Not that I'm done with the game yet, but I can't imagine it's going to take much longer. Rude. I do like that this level combines the gimmicks of all the previous levels, though. Uh-oh. I fucked up. You can't, like, jump off of... Okay, that's an actual platform. I didn't think that was a platform. That just kind of looked like background to me. And sure, like, it kind of clashes with the actual sky, but... Look, it didn't look the same color as everything else, so I was a little confused. Uh-oh. I should probably be more patient here, but, like... I have a want to go fast in games, so... That's not gonna happen. Die, please. Uh-oh. And this is why I should be patient. Wait, what am I doing? Rude. Why are these the soft ones? I really shouldn't, but like it's a nice color. So I definitely thought about it. That would be why I shouldn't. Almost fucking died there. But whatever. This is a very nice song. Alright, I'm alive somehow. That changed very quickly. Why'd I say anything? I'm very convinced that a lot of these games that are, like, batshit hard... Not this one. This one I wouldn't say qualifies as that at all. But a lot of these games that are would not be nearly as loved if the music was bad. I say this also as a Sonic fan, or... Yeah, I guess I can still say I'm a Sonic fan. I don't really play Sonic games that much anymore, but I can't change the fact that I love, like, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Sonic Colors. No amount of shitty games is gonna change that. Shit. That was dumb. That was really dumb. That was even more dumb. Promise I'm not bad at platformers. I'm just impatient. I do have to wonder that this is like a weapon that is used a lot in speedruns. I don't really watch speedruns because it's not my kind of thing. I just kind of like going fast at my own level. Okay. That was kind of just not much I could have done about with the weapon I had out. I should take out the pickaxe for that guy. But also, it was working fine beforehand, so I didn't really see a reason to at the time. Uh-oh. I forgot what the level design was. I think my death toll has been relatively reasonable thus far in this playthrough, so me dying a little bit more in the final levels, I think is fine. Alright. That was just me being stupid again. Less of that, please. That could have ended poorly. Okay, so don't be stupid this time. Almost definitely did that. Now I can run through. I know that Shovel Knight is, stop. Shovel Knight's a game that's on, like, several platforms. But it's also not, like, that old of a game to where it's, like... Would it be considered retro at this point? I don't know. It's not, like, SNES old, right? So I have to wonder if people can do task runs of this game. I guess saying task run is kind of redundant because it's tool-assisted speed run, so saying tool-assisted speed run is dumb, but... Oh, thank God. I wonder if people do tasks of this game, and if so, how they look, and how fast they are, because that sounds fun to watch. I said I don't watch speedruns, which is true, but I have watched a few Kirby tasks on occasion. And I think those are cool, just seeing like the kind of shit that people can't actually do, but they can program a robot to do, pretty much. Wait, how'd that explode? I was not looking. They're annoying. No. I'd have to go all the way back around for that. I'm good. Let's see, now I'm curious. Oh, that's it. Money doesn't really mean anything anymore. I'm kind of just at the final levels, so... I mean, cool, I guess. Don't even start. Here, you can have that. Like the little detail of you can tell that this is a fall through because of where the water is splashing. Nice little details. I love little details in games. That is something that I just like wholeheartedly love. Watch me fuck this up still. Yep. Okay, that one wasn't entirely my fault. There was an enemy in the way. I hit it. But also, I could have just not done that, so it is my fault. Anyway, I like small details in games. There's this game called Stellar Blade that kind of became a point of controversy a few years back because of the character's design, the main character's design, because it was like sex appeal of the character, which, I mean, whatever. And a lot of people tried to say that's how characters should look in games specifically, and it's like, not really. I kind of wrote the game off because I was like, whatever, it's just gonna be like another Nier Automata. Alright. Which, when I eventually played it, I wasn't proved wrong. Like, hell, the main villains in Nier Automata are Adam and Eve. That's their names. And you playing as like a humanoid-looking robot. And in Stellar Blade, the two of the protagonists are named Adam and Eve. I guess you can call him a protagonist. He's not an antagonist. He's kind of just another force that plays in the game. I don't know. Adam's kind of confusing. He doesn't really amount to much as a character, but like, the point I'm trying to make is the games are pretty similar message-wise. It's about like humans, and so the wind can still affect you when you're phased. I didn't know that. This is why I hate wind physics in games. I really don't like that shit. I think it's just obnoxious. It's not like the kind of thing that's gonna make me scream, but I don't like wind physics. I think it's just annoying. Either way, small details. So, one of the major forces in that game is Mother Sphere, who's kind of like the mother of all the robot people in the game. And you are one of those robot people, and you worship her like, or you're playing as one of them. You worship her pretty, like, unconditionally, kind of like all the others do. Because she's your mother, and I guess that is, that means something to people. Point is, she eventually proves to be not a good person. And the reason why that is a point of contention at the moment for me is because... Alright, can I... Okay, can hit those back. Oh. We play ping pong. So every time you save the soul of like another one of the robot people, you like kind of pray to Mother Sphere. Okay, so just so that was entirely fucking clear, I wasn't touching my controller for a good like 10 seconds there. That was funny. I have to clip that later. Anyway, Stellar Blade. So when it's revealed she's not a good person, the first time that you save another robo person's soul after that, instead of praying to her, Eve says, "I don't want to pray anymore," or something like that. And when I saw that little detail, I was like, oh, we're seeing actual, like, consequences to that event happening. That's cool. Little shit like that, I think, is really cool. Another example of that is probably my favorite RPG series. Favorite RPG series of all time. Trails of Cold Steel. Love those games. Those games are like probably some of the most detailed games I have ever seen. Period. Yeah, okay. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but none of it happened correctly. So, that's tough. Anyway, Trails of Cold Steel's cool. There are several little moments, like what I'm about to reference. Oh, hey, welcome back. I guess now I can ask you, how you doing? Because I asked that earlier, but I didn't know you had left. I'll wait till that moves. I'm gonna just... Not that I don't have confidence in my own platforming abilities, but I don't feel like redoing shit. I'm dead. Tired, but fine. I get you. Detailed game. It, has several moments, like the moment I'm about to mention, but this one's my favorite because it was... They're dead. It was the first one that I saw. Can this go on lava? Nope. I just... The answer is yes, but I could also not be stupid when doing it. There's a moment where, because the game takes place in a school setting, where you meet another member of your class, and it's an optional side quest. You have another side quest later with the same character, and if you never decide to talk to that character, then... well, then you have to introduce yourself. And it's not like a... oh yeah, I know you from earlier. But if you did do that other side quest, she talks to you like y'all are friends. Because you've already met her before. And it's like, yeah, it's a super small thing, but the game is filled with those kinds of things. There's another moment where you can... This is bad. This sucks. Okay. That was just obnoxious. Here, y'all can have that. Game is filled with those kinds of little moments, and I love every single one of them. There's one in the very beginning of the first game where... does this just... Yep, okay. I didn't think it would. That was just pure curiosity since I'm right by a checkpoint. There's a moment in one of the first areas you go to in the game, because you do lots of traveling, where you can go to the next objective before you're actually allowed to, and it's locked. And they're like, we can maybe come back here later, something like that. Which the game kind of has a problem with doing that a bit too often. Like, fuck off. That doesn't sink now, but it sinks in the lava. I guess if it's an ice statue, that kind of makes sense. Please. Okay. So yeah, there's a moment where you stop. Fuck you. Hate wind physics. Really hate wind physics in games. It's just not fun. You can go to an area that you wouldn't be able to actually access yet. They're like, okay, we can come back here later. And then if you go back there later, when you actually need to, it's like, oh yeah, we've been here. But it also changes, like, story dialogue, like main story dialogue, because you can go to the area beforehand, and then if you end up not going to that area beforehand, and it's just like, oh, never seen that area, when they tell you you have to go there. But if it's a place that you have been to before, like, oh, we went there earlier, so we can actually go in there now. Cool. Or like, oh, it was locked earlier, we couldn't go in. Fucker. Stuff like that. Like, that's cool. I love those little details. It took very long to explain because I was dealing with all of that shit the entire time. This is mean. This falls under the why is this auto-scrolling line of question. Because why is this auto-scrolling? There's no lava raising or something. Someone's castle. Ah, shit. Wait, I'm alive. How the fuck? What the hell? That didn't make sense. Whatever. Rude. Alright, time to fight them all. Gentlemen. Lol. The way that it was auto-scrolling. Did you see how I lived through that, though? Like, I should not have been alive through that. You're invincible during this. Sir, ma'am, go away, please. Well, he's not a bird wizard, he's a plague knight. So he's got a plague doctor mask. Fucker moves around a lot. Stop it. Jesus. She's probably the easiest one. Hello, ma'am. Man, that sure took a while. I got hit like twice. Where am I? Oh, there I am. Anyway. How'd I fumble that? You gonna come back? Cool. Nice, that did so much. Go back. Oh, that missed. Go away. Get out of my way. I forgot how easy some of the earlier fights are in this game. Just gonna take this. Shut up. Cool, go away. Bring out your mech. Because that's why we're bullying the little guy. He's not a little guy anymore. Never mind. Yeah, I can't just scoop. Oh well. Boing. Now they're going in terms of height. Neat. I didn't know they all actually had dialogue here. Okay, so he's actually nice about it. You're kind of in a defeatist nature about it. Yeah, whatever. Okay, you're chivalrous about it. You're a nerd. And I'm pretty sure these two are actual friends, so. And also, I'm not surprised you like Plague Knight. Plague Knight is neat. Me personally, probably same actually. Either that or Propeller Knight. At least from a design standpoint. What I do like is that all these designs can be changed because including Shovel Knights. Every character's design here has the ability to be male or female. I don't think I can just change it right here. But yeah, because it won't appear until the next level. But every character here has the ability to swap into like a male or female counterpart. The Enchantress, the main antagonist, I'm pretty sure is normally a woman, but you can change them to being a male. Yeah, see how masculine guy's face looks? Now if I were to do default here, and then like go back into a level, and then like go back here. See, now it's a woman's face. Can't see any of theirs. And like, it's such a small thing, but like, to me, that's cool. Man, that sure was scary. Oops. I don't trust this. At all. Yeah, and that's why. It is just rude. Okay. God damn it. I pressed the button for slightly too long. It does wonders for my patience. Alright then. Would have been cool if every character here ended up getting their own campaign. Instead, we only got like 4. The regular old Shovel Knight campaign, Plague Knight campaign, the King Knight campaign, and the Spectre Knight campaign. All of it kind of adds on more lore for the characters and stuff. And what I think is really funny is that you still fight Shovel Knight in some or all of those, but like, when you're not playing as Shovel Knight, he kind of is just a guy, in my opinion. So it's a lot less interesting when you're not playing as him. Okay. That was weird. So, like, I tapped the button. But, like... Okay. That's what I did. So, like, I tapped the button about the same length as I did here. To that little half step. But, like, since I had just landed, it did that. Where it made me do, like, a full step, which is really weird. It probably is more about the timing than me being in the air, but, like... I don't know. That was weird. Because, like, I'm not tapping the button for, like, a long-ass time or something. Well, shit. I'm curious, if I were to place this down, what would happen? Okay, it just dies. Yeah, see, that's the shit I'm talking about. That, like, extra step he did. That's what fucked me over last time. I don't know where to go from here. I don't like that. That's a leap of faith, and I don't like leaps of faith. Oh. I didn't know if it was actually going to be landing on the platforms or not, so I didn't trust it. Anyway. Oh no, there's no way I can defeat her, because she said so. This has to be a multi-phase fight. I don't remember this fight at all. Uh-oh. What the fuck? I'm discovering a lot of weird shit in this game. Okay, I'll actually start trying now. Anyway, phase 2. Hey, look, it's the person. Oh no, she's a wall now. What the fuck? You want me to stay near you? Stop moving. This is easier than the first phase. Ah. I didn't have my phase lock it out. Now I have to do the first phase again. Oh, no, I don't. Cool. What the fuck? You have a shield. Why are you moving? Uh-oh. Oh, that was mean. It's a good thing that that guy never decided to try and hit us with the beam after we were already knocked out. That could have, like, ruined this entire plan. It's like, oh no, the Black Knight, he's going to save us. Shoot the Black Knight then. Nope. Cool. Anyway, that's that game over with. I really could have just completed this all in one stream. I think this is my second time actually fully completing Shovel Knight, which is really funny because I've started the game several times. Alright, cool. Like, 3 saves all there, then this save. But then I've also got the saves on my Switch because I have a different copy on there because this game's great. Why would I not? This is my second time ever completing it with the 5 save files that I've got, which is silly. That's just really fucking silly. Thing is, I don't know if I have access to the other stories on here. Oh my god, you can have 20 saves of this. Why? Why can you have 20 saves of this? Wait, so like... No, okay, so I think I only have this game on here. Odd. I mean, like, it's not 100% save, but that's only 3 hours worth of gameplay. That was very easy. Unless I do have access to the other stuff, and I just don't know how to access it. I thought the game came as a complete package now. I need to look into this, actually. Because I don't know the answer. No, wait, Spectre of Torment does seem to be its own package on Steam. And so does King of Cards. Okay, so they are their own things on Steam anyway, but like on my Switch, I am 90% sure I've got all of it. But I didn't really have anything else planned for this. I kind of was just like, this is gonna be the stream where I finish Shovel Knight, and I finished Shovel Knight. So, like, I guess done deal. And I should think about what I want to stream next time. Next time being Friday, probably. Um, I don't know. I want to start something bigger to, like, just have a consistent thing going. Because having to think of a new game to play every, like, 2, 3 streams doesn't sound fun. So, yeah, I guess I'll think of that for later. But, sorry for the stream being so short, but I guess that's just that. Bye-bye.